Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to the episode of my F1 2019 mod career mode here with Charles Leclerc and his Ferrari for round number 14 today for the Italian Grand Prix. If you guys did miss the previous one, the Belgium GP, then be sure to go check that one out before you see this one. A very surprising episode where we made a good call on strategy with the Ferrari team. I know, absolute shocker, and hopefully here at their home GP, probably one of the most important GPs on the calendar for Ferrari, we can make another good strategy call here today at Monza. But qualifying is going to be crucial, of course, because, you know, the slipstream being the F1 game is going to be very, very powerful and very important, so it's good for us to be right, near the front end, hopefully. As of late, Vettel's had the edge over us in qualifying, though, over 1 lap pace, so let's see how we both do, really, and we can both try and take the fight to Mercedes. Of course, he's gotten very unlucky now, 2 races in a row with 2 DNFs, so he's hoping it's not a third one, because that would be a devastation. And hopefully both of us can put a good show in front of the Tifosi fans, of course. We can see in qualifying at the moment, we're down in P4 as we go through Ascari there. And keeping in P4 throughout the entire corner, so I didn't gain too much time there, which I thought I might do through there, because generally I can carry a bit more speed maybe compared to the AI. But into Parabolica, definitely another place where we can maybe make some time with a tiny bit of a screen freeze there. But into the Apex, we'd chuck it in with a lot of speed and carry that through to the exit Apex. We're up into P1, down to P2 on the exit, so by a whisker across the line, and we're not on pole position, unfortunately, in a Ferrari at Monza. It's going to be Lewis Hamilton, it looks like there, but literally that's only a couple of hundredths. It was so close there. We went from P4 to P1 in 1 Apex, but then right on the exit, maybe the bump, maybe just jolted our car a little bit, and we're down to P2 instead, but it's still sharing the front row with Lewis Hamilton. Sebastian Vettel 3rd place, so does a good job there. Bottas in P4. Then the next row of all Red Bull, then Raikkonen and Sergio Perez, Carlos Sainz and Magnussen round out the top 10. Then you got Romain Grosjean on P11, Nico Hülkenberg in P12, Lance Stroll and Giovinazzi next with Ricciardo and Kvyat sharing a row. Then you got Lando Norris and Alexander Albon on the second last row, and then surprise, surprise, on the last row, once again, the 2 Williams cars rear-end the grid for the Italian Grand Prix. So not quite the fairy tale pole position in Ferrari at the Italian Grand Prix we're hoping for there, but very, very close, and it seems like the pace of both myself and Sebastian right up there. Good to see that we matched Sebastian and beat him this time, because it's been a fair few episodes where he's been beating us consistently in qualifying there, so that does a lot for my confidence, especially coming off the back of the Belgium GP where we won that Grand Prix with, a good amount of style and I think, good strategy finesse, and so we'll see how it goes with this one. Doesn't look like there should be much strategy to debate, really, because it's a one-stop, kind of like Belgium, obviously. Obviously, if there's a safety car, that'll play into the strategy, but if not, there will be a pretty simple one-stop there. Super soft tyres to the medium tyres. But in reality, it's going to be more about the slipstreaming here at Monza. And actually, this race starts very crucial. Long run down into turn 1. So here we go then. So 5 red lights at the Italian Grand Prix in a Ferrari car on the front row. Fire lights are out and we're underway. And it is a stonking start for us there. No wheel spin whatsoever. Applying the power down, up the gears. And we're up into first place by just a whisker there to Hamilton on the left-hand side. Easy on the brakes. A lot easier than Hamilton. Don't want to lock up the tyres as we go into turn 1, then 2. Hamilton over the bump, but we've got the cleaner line on the outside there. No bump for us until we get the power down nice and easy. And so we remain in P1 then after that first chicane. And Vettel is right on the back of Hamilton, and so he might have a good go maybe into this next chicane. He's pulled through on the outside. Hamilton goes defensive. We go defensive as well, just to cover off our bases there. And behind me, Vettel, look at the top left. He's managed it. We look behind us, and Vettel, there he is. It's a 1-2 for Ferrari at the Italian Grand Prix right now. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because unfortunately, last time out of Belgium, it was a 1-2 for Ferrari, and then Vettel had a DNF very late on in the race. So, got a long way to go. 27 laps in this Grand Prix, but for now, it's a 1-2. But Vettel is closing in very quickly. This is going to be a little bit close, and this is going to be fine margins here into Ascari. We let off the throttle early and let him buy down the inside, because obviously he's my teammate. It's at the home GP. I can't be doing anything funny with Vettel here. Didn't want to squeeze him into that apex, as if I did, for sure, Ascari is that kind of corner where he's going to lose so much time. And you can see the 2 Mercs are right there. Bottas actually goes for a move down the inside of Parabolica to Hamilton. So the 2 Mercs are side by side, so they're battling away. And it's that kind of situation where if I pinched him into that corner, it would have been over for him. He probably would have been swamped by both those Mercs. I want to try and keep this 1-2 so much. So I'm so desperate to, especially because after, like I said, last episode, we should have had that in the bag. There should have been a 1-2 at Belgium. Wasn't, so I want to try my best to do that. And also, I'm confident in myself that I can re-slipstream Vettel later on right now. Maybe not now in lap number 2, but eventually I can, and get back into that race lead and try and lead this 1-2. And that's exactly what's hopefully going to happen at the end of lap number 3 as we go towards 4 then through Parabolica. It will be, let's try and get back at Vettel. We've got the DRS available this lap. We've got enough ERS, you can see. We've got fuel to burn. Vettel a little bit unsettled into Parabolica a little bit. He's kind of swimming around, and here we go. You can already see the momentum building. This slipstream's already picking up here, and we go down the main straight onto lap number 4. DRS open, fake to the left, go to the right there, and it'll be a very easy move for us on Sebastian Vettel, but trying to keep him on his toes, keep him guessing where we're going to go there. But we are still now in a 1-2 position. You can see the mini-map there, and also on the top left, you saw Hamilton's name tag flicker. So Hamilton and Bottas are still fighting. You can see it constantly flicking from just a slither there. So Bottas just edging into third, just for a moment, indicating that those two are still side by side. So that's very good news for us. But we're now here on lap 6. You can see a mistake from me going wide, nearly going into the gravel action on the left-hand side of my car, and Vettel is right up my chuff. He'll have DRS here. I do not. Into Ascari, we go defensive to the inside. You can see we've got a major gap to Mercedes, so this time I do defend my position on the inside there, but we get a little bit wayward. We've got the power down a little bit awkwardly on the curb. I nearly lost the back end completely. That could have been a spin at the corner, so I actually held that really well to actually keep this car in a straight line there. And so thank you, my lucky stars, we're still here in P2, but now we're maybe losing some time. But like I said, because the Mercedes cars were so far behind at this stage in my mind, I wasn't even thinking about the Mercs and thinking about, you know, making sure we don't lose too much time. I was just thinking about, no, I want to try and keep the race lead now. But you can see already on the mini-map, look at the bottom left, we've already lost maybe half the gap we had to Hamilton in third place there. So really not amazing that we're fighting this much, but you got to do it eventually. There's got to be a point in the race where you do actually start to proper fight for first place. So here we go into turn 1, textbook switch back here once again. I think someone points out there's always a textbook switch back in my videos. I love it too much. It's such a nice move to pull off, especially on a teammate here. Get the power down earlier as we straighten the car, and now we go through the curve, the long curve on the right. We're on the outside. Vettel tried to pinch us a little bit there. We're going to give him the room on the outside, but we should have the better inside line. We're going to still leave him some room because he's got the nose in. Of course, he's my teammate, so I didn't want to completely force him out. But in doing so, we have now lost all the gap pretty much to Mercedes there. And on lap number 8 here, we go defensive into turn 1. You can see in the mirrors, it's not just Vettel. Hamilton is also there. So he's trying to challenge Vettel. Side by side, they go actually through turns 1 and 2. And he's made some contact on the rear end. We've hit the grass a little bit, so I look behind me so much because I'm trying to see where on earth Hamilton is, trying to see what kind of the situation is going on in this top fight. But we remain in P1, thankfully. Now, just kind of looking behind to see if Vettel is going to have to go defensive. I think he is. I think he's on the inside. Hamilton's on the outside. What's going to happen? We look behind again, and there goes flash of silver, and Hamilton is up into P2 on the top left there. So it's no longer a 1-2 for Ferrari, and Hamilton has kept that position actually as we went through Ascari. So Vettel did not get that position back, unfortunately, and Hamilton may even try. I don't know if he's 1 second behind or not, and I don't think he is. He doesn't have DRS, but this safety car gets called out there, so that might just save my bacon of Hamilton attacking us there. And so on lap number 9, on that same lap, we're going to come in under the safety car, and we're going to try and make a free pit stop effectively for these. Well, I'm actually not going to go to medium tyres. I would say medium tyres, but I'm going to take a gamble here, and I'm going to soft tyres because we've got the safety car. It's going to be out for another lap or 2. And from previous experiences at Monza, the tyre wear is so small, really. And if you're clever enough, you're not battling too much side by side, you can keep this, the soft tyres in check. You don't need to go to mediums. And this will be the faster compounded tyres, of course. Obviously, they'll wear out later on in the Grand Prix, so that might be an issue. But like I said, if you do keep the tyres in check, that won't be much of an issue. So I've gone for a gamble here onto soft tyres. Even more of a gamble, unfortunately, though, is I think Vettel behind me, who's coming on that same lap as well, has gone on to super soft. So that's really annoying. So not only did Vettel lose time by pitting in the same lap as me, so getting held up, but he's gone on to super soft, whereas you can see on the top left, Hamilton is on medium. So Vettel is trying a very bold and very stupid two-stop here at Monza. So for all the good strategy work we did as a team last episode with us at Spa, he's gone, well, you know, it worked out going aggressive at Spa, but there was a reason for that, because we're all closing up and we had not too long to go in the Grand Prix. We're still in a good race position, whereas Vettel here has lost some time already, pitting on the same lap as me, and he's at a very early stage of the race where he definitely can't take super softs to the end of the Grand Prix, whereas at Spa, obviously, I could take those softs to the end of the Grand Prix, you know, around there. So not too great from Vettel's side of the garage, so he's going to compromise the entire race now. So I think the 1-2, unfortunately, is already blown. I am still confident I can try and go for this race win. Just going to have to see what others do who have not pit under the safety car, how the race plans out in terms of the Hamilton on mediums, you know, what the tyre wear's like. But I can already tell that, yeah, the 1-2's probably gone, unfortunately, for Ferrari because of what Vettel's side of the garage has done. But for us, of course, as a positive, we can stop focusing on our teammate and playing a team game. I can just focus on myself and my race position and driving. So here we go on the restart. It's always awkward around Monza here because the green flag pretty much goes now, and then you're really like mid-corner. You're already turning so much right, so the car just wants to go and spin around rearward. So just having to hold that, and Raikkonen gets a good exit, but we're going to have some mega slipstream here. Hamilton right behind me in medium doesn't get too much of a great exit, so we're not under pressure from behind. And in fact, we're witnessing a double pass by these two. Gasly being overtaken by Bottas and Raikkonen. Raikkonen in an Alfa Romeo racing car is going for the lead of the Grand Prix. Go on, son. He's taking the junior Italian team, the Alfa Romeo Racing. He's up into P1 right now. Bottas in P2. He's on the inside, on the outside though, what it'll be for the next left-hander. So Raikkonen goes defensive to the inside there. Bottas cuts in. It's a big lock-up for Raikkonen. We nearly hit the back of Bottas, nearly hit the back of Raikkonen. We switched to the inside there, and effectively have a bit of a switchback move on Raikkonen, but that was an unchoreographed really, because Raikkonen nearly went completely off circuit and nearly took Bottas and myself with him really, and I nearly rear-ended both of them. Definitely Bottas. There was literally a pixel between my left-hand side of the front wing and his rear end, rear right tyre, so that I can count myself lucky, to be honest, that there wasn't a collision there. And we move on to lap number 12, trying to catch the toe of Bottas, so much so that I nearly follow him into the pit lane, but he's in. He did not make a pit stop under the safety car, so that's a very odd decision by him. And so now at the moment it's first place for me then. Verstappen's P2, Vettel's P3, both those cars on super soft. So both Verstappen and Vettel are clearly doing a two-stop in this Grand Prix, so don't need to worry about them. But there goes Vettel. He's actually made a charge on Verstappen, so fair play. He's at least using those super softs to good use. He's overtaken Verstappen with ease, and he's there in second place. So right now, once again, it's a 1-2 for Ferrari. And here Vettel has got amazing speed because I've gone down the fuel mixture to lean. I've gone down the ERS modes, and I'm actually going to let him through on purpose there. That basically was, as I went through Ascari, I pretty much decided I was going to do that because he's going to make a two-stop. What is the point of me stopping him? He's on a completely different strategy. He's going to be faster. There's no point in me holding him up because it's not going to hold up my race by letting him through, because he's going to have to make a pit stop anyway and go behind me eventually. So I may as well let him through, do his thing, and we'll see how far he can go in this Grand Prix. So we move on to lap number 17 then. 10 laps to go in this GP, and Vettel makes that second pit stop. So what did I say? He's going to fall behind me, so hasn't affected my race at all. Verstappen pits behind me as well. Hulkenberg as well. He's on super softs on the top left. So we're back into P1. And what you find actually is if you look further and further on the top left, you're going to see Vettel goes down the order on the ladder, and Perez is up into P2. As we go through turns 1 and 2, Vettel's eventually going to lose that P3 position to Lance Stroll. So right now it's a 2-3 for a racing point there. Perez and Stroll, both on mediums, both going to end the Grand Prix. I suspect Hamilton's probably P4 or 5. I think he got held up in massive traffic on the end of the safety car, so he's somewhere in there. I'd love to show you him, trying to maybe attack the Racing Point cars, show you what's happening with Vettel or Verstappen behind me, because right now I'm just fully in control of this race. I'm so many seconds ahead of second place. I should have this in the bag. The only thing that's going to stop me not winning this Grand Prix is not protecting the tyres, but I've got so much of a gap to second place that I can take it nice and easy, really nurse the tyres home. And so, like I said, I would love to show you all those fights behind me. Unfortunately, though, there's a reason why there's been no replay cameras or no kind of nice off-board cinematic shots so far in this episode. The game crashed whilst I was recording replay cameras. Literally, the first replay camera of the 5 red lights, the replay camera system just crashed my game, unfortunately. Sometimes it always happens, when you're using 2019 mods and so many mods in the game, it can happen. So, one of those things, unfortunately. So, I can't show you any of the fighting. So, we move on to the last lap of the Grand Prix. And like I said, it was never in doubt for me personally, because I knew as soon as I had that gap, I could nurse my tyres home. I'll just take it nice and easy, pretty much, and just making sure the soft tyres went the distance. They were pretty worn, rear left, I think, was about 65%, so pretty damn close to puncher territory, maybe, about 5% off, but, held it through, nice and easy. Hamilton eventually did get up into P3. Don't know how exactly, obviously, but I'm assuming just with some good DRS and, speed from the Mercedes car. Don't know where Vettel is at this stage. I'm hoping at least he came, in some good points. If he didn't, then that's a slap on the wrist for the other side of the garage, to be honest, in terms of being so stupid with the double stops, with the two-stop strategy. But in the end, it won't matter for us. Personally, it's been a fantastic episode. It's been a real good portion of the season. We had a win at the Belgium GP last episode. It's going to be another win, a second win in a row here, and it's going to be the big one, the biggest of the year probably if you're a Ferrari driver. We're going to win the Italian Grand Prix at Monza in front of the Tifosi fans. It's a win for us as Charles Leclerc.
Absolutely fantastic. It's a brilliant result. Well done.
So, another excellent win from Ferrari. So, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
Well, they played the safety car to absolute perfection. There are so many factors to worry about once the race is neutralised. I mean, do you pit for fresh rubber? Do you have the space behind you? How much fuel can you save? If you answer all of those questions correctly, you'll have a good chance. And that's exactly what happened today.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more.
So here are the full race results then. In the top 10, we win the Grand Prix, of course. Perez with a brilliant second place. Hamilton third place. Verstappen was the one in fourth. Vettel did get fifth place in the end. So, both the two-stoppers coming home in fourth and fifth. Could have been a lot worse, actually, for them if they got caught up in traffic. And they both navigated, clearly, some good traffic. Because Bottas was on... Well, obviously, Bottas pit late after the safety car. So he was on the one stop. But a lot later, he came in P6. So both those guys had to actually do some good overtaking. So they at least used their new tyres to good use there to overtake Bottas and Lance Stroll, who dropped from third all the way to seventh place in the end. Giovinazzi at his home GP in P8, doing a good job there in the top 10 as well. But in the big one, really, the big winner is Sergio Perez, who leaps ahead up into P9, the Drivers' Championship, ahead of Carlos Sainz and Ricciardo. And with us, we are now in the lead of the Drivers' Championship, 224 points to 218 there to Lewis Hamilton. So a nice cushion to second place there for us against Hamilton. Bottas and Vettel floundering a little bit compared to the two of us. And Vettel, obviously, with the two DNFs, even with a fifth place there. He, like I said, he's going to have to win a couple of GPs probably to even bring himself back into a fight with Bottas probably in the championship there. And constructors-wise, Ferrari is still second place, unfortunately, because Mercedes have been really consistent. Hamilton's still third place there. Bottas beat Vettel, so respectively wasn't enough to get us back into P1 of the championship. The only major change was then, I think, Racing Point getting ahead of Renault then in the standings. But for us, personally, a very, very good Grand Prix. Enjoyable one. Felt really in control, which is not the case a lot of the times so far this season in terms of going about the races. So that was probably the most controlled race I had this season so far in the Ferrari car, and felt like it was pretty comfortable actually. So enjoyable one for me. Hope you guys did enjoy it as well. So if you did, be sure to hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you are new around here, subscribe for weekly full-on content. I've been aarava. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.